also the sine rule. Now the sine rule normally applies to a triangle, and this triangle has got sides, and these sides are labeled A, B, C. So which means that here there is angle capital A, angle capital C, sorry, capital B, angle capital C inside the triangle. The angles are normally taken from the letter which is at the vertex. So and A is normally opposite a small a. So if you look at opposite A, you'll get the small a there, and C is normally opposite the angle small c there, and B is normally opposite small b there. And the sine rule says that, A over sine capital A is equal to B over sine capital B is equal to C over sine capital C. You don't have to remember this formula, but you will need to at least be able to check for it and identify it as the sine formula. This is the easiest formula to use because you can only use it if three things are given. For instance, if I want to use the sine rule, let's have a quick analysis of the formula. Usually you don't take the whole formula, you probably take only A over sine A is equal to B over sine capital B. Now, for me to find, let's say, A, if I want to find A, it means that I need to at least have the angle for A, the angle for B, and the angle for B and the side for B. So now these three things are supposed to be inside your triangle in order for you to, but the most important thing is, if I'm looking for the side A, normally I would say, if I want the side for A, sorry, let me just get my pen out there. If I want the side for A, if I want A is equal to sine the angle of A. And this is how I normally want to remember this formula. A is equal to sine the angle of A. But you know, when you have got sine at the top there, you can only multiply it with the side. So here, if I'm multiplying it with the side which I'm calling B, that means I must have the angle for that sine of the angle for B. And that's the simplest way I do it. I normally remember it like that. So let me just show you what I'm saying. So suppose say I'm given a triangle, and I'm given a triangle. There you go. And somebody says, why don't you find, this is 8, this is 30, this is x, and this is 45. And somebody says, look, why don't you give us the value of the angle of the side x? Now there is a side which has been given, it's called x, and I will say, okay, x is equal to, I know that I've got sine, the angle for x is 45, but I have been given a side related to another angle. So this side is 8, and 8 has got its own angle, the sine 30, and that's how I find my x. And easily, if I press my calculator, which is very simple, when I'm pressing my calculator, I just punch it as a fraction, and it will give me the answer. So here I am. I'm going to press the calculator very fast. So this is going to be fraction. Then on top of the fraction, it's 8 sine 45 close bracket, and at the bottom of the fraction is going to be sine 30, and this will give me my answer, 11,31. After this video, you can then also just check to see how I was punching my calculator. So let's try another one. Let's go and try another one. If I want to find, I've been given a triangle there, and this is 20, this is 60, this is 20, 60, that's 100, and this is y, and this is 40. So if somebody says, what is y? So you're going to just simply come and say, okay, fine, my y is equal to sine the angle of y, which is 100. And I'm using the sine rule. I'm not going to worry about the formula, and I don't want to worry about it. I just need to know what I need to do. So I need that, and then I will sine the angle of y, and then that means that if I want, I now need a side, and I was given a side which is 40. Can you see? I'm just going to put it in a different color. 40, and then the angle for 40 must go down, then sine the angle of 40, which is 60. And then immediately after that, I press my calculator, and I press my calculator, fraction 40 sine the angle of y, which is 100, over sine 60, close bracket, and then that's that. And you're going to get your answer is 45. Please be sure to 45,49. So it's very easy to use the sine rule, but somebody is going to say, well, what about if I needed an angle? So it's the same thing. I'm using the sine rule, and remember, this, if you do it many times, you will never go wrong, especially in an exam. So I'm going to draw a triangle there, and I'm going to put 9 there, and I'm going to put 9 there, I'm going to put 60 there, and I'm going to ask for x, the angle there. So I know that I want an angle, so it's sine x, because I know I can use the sine rule, because the reason why I know I can use the sine rule is because I've got an angle opposite its own side given, and then this 9, I'm looking for its opposite side. Can you see that? So I know I can use the sine rule. So this is sine x. This is obviously going to be equal to 9. The 9, which is the side for sine x. Can you see? Once you've got what you want must be on both sides, isn't it? At the top, and then this 9 can obviously be multiplied by sine of an angle. So in this case, if I am looking for sine of an angle, it will be sine 60. And what was the side for sine 60? And the side for sine 60 is also 9. So can you see that now I've got sine 60, then obviously this is sine x is equal to root 3 over 2. So if I want x, I'll have to find the sine inverse of root 3 over 2, which is going to give us what? 60. I deliberately use 60 because I don't want to touch a calculator, and I just want to practice the motion of using the sine rule. Now let's do it again. Let's try a different triangle. Maybe someone is saying, no, you know what, you are using angles which are easy, so I'm going to use something which is not. So I'm going to use maybe 20 there, and then I'm going to use 8, and then I'm going to use 7, then I'm going to put y. So again, it's the same thing. I'm going to say sine y, because I want y, which is an angle, is equal to, what is the side for y? It's 7. And then now I'm going to say, look, this must be multiplied by the given side, so it's going to be sine 20. You can't multiply it with the 8, because 8 is another side. You can't multiply the side together. You have to multiply it with the ratio of the side of the angle, and then divide it by 8. And this I can press in my calculator quite simply. 7 sine 20, close bracket, and this one is all over 8. Then this is going to give us 0.2993. I've just rounded off to 3 decimal places, but you don't have to round it off. And then this is sine y. So now if I want to find that, I have to find the sine inverse 0.2993, close bracket, and then the y is equal to sine inverse 0,2993, and this is going to give us a 17,42, and that's how you find the angle. Now someone is going to say, but look, we normally get difficult questions in sine rule, and these questions are often very difficult and they don't have angles in them, so I'm just going to draw a simple three-dimensional diagram. Let me just pick a different color so I can, so there you go. I'm sure everybody understands what's going on. So here we've got a nice diagram. Yes, so this is like a flagpole. Let's just draw a flag there. So this is like a flagpole, and these are the supporting stable cables for that flagpole. Now we know that whenever a flagpole is mounted on the ground, it is mounted at 90 degrees with the ground. So this is 90 degrees, and this is also 90 degrees. Now the beauty of this is that if I put 90 degrees there, it's fine. And then we're going to put a beam, and this is a typical question which normally comes, so I normally want to use that one. And then if I then say, okay fine, this is going to be also maybe 60 degrees like that, and this is going to be K. I've decided to use K there, and this is going to be alpha. This one's going to be alpha, and then and now they didn't give you that this is going to be 30. Just that's enough information for a person to be able to find anything. So if you want to find any of these sides, you are now supposed to express a side. For instance, A, B, and then this is D, this is C. So if I said write down the angle and beta there, let's put beta there, beta there. They say write down AD. So in other words, I want this side AD. AD is this side here. So this is the side that they are looking for, AD. Now AD, if I want to find AD, I know that AD is equal to sine the angle of AD, which is theta, right? And then multiplied by K, which is the given side, divided by sine the angle for K is 60. So in other words, I've just found my AD in terms of K. So because sine 60 is √3/2, this will be K sine theta over √3/2. You see that? Now, if K sine theta is equal to √3/2, then obviously now my AD will be 2/√3, right? K sine theta, and there were not too many given sides, and all you are doing is you are following your sine rule, and that's how we use the sine rule. And I didn't try to do the substitution into the formulas. I want you to understand how we find the different sides for sine rule and cosine rule without wasting too much time. Okay,